welcome to the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session. So, Anthony, look.
What's up, guys? It's Joe here, and you join me playing F1 2016 Career Mode. This is Season 3 of Round 2. We are in Bahrain. Now, of course, this is the final season, as I stated in Melbourne, so we are now on to the second race of it in Bahrain. We won the first race in Australia. Can we continue that momentum? Just putting promo post on Facebook. I can't talk properly. Right then. So without further ado then, let's get underway. We are now on the resource points part of the weekend, which means it's Friday practice, and the weather is dry and hot as you'd expect from Bahrain, although it feels pretty steaming inside this flat that I'm sat in recording this from. It is massively hot in the UK. Now, as you may remember, I'm now driving for Ferrari, and this is going to be my last attempt at winning the championship, so let's hope I can do it for Ferrari. We got a race win in Melbourne, which is a great start, but let's now have that great second step, which would be doing a great result for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I've not started that lap off well, have I? Missed down 10 points already. Oh! A little bit tail happy out there. That's something that I need to work on. This is usually a track I'm quite competitive on, so I'm not expecting to have too much of a challenge here. Oh, I made a mistake there. And there, so instantly the purple score not happening this lap. We're going to give it one more go on the next lap. It's always tough to get it first time round, particularly when you haven't been on the game in a few days. Oh dear, we're not even... This has been a terrible lap. This really hasn't been a good lap at all. We need to go around again and do better than that. And this is a second attempt to try, and once again, if I fail again on this lap, I just don't bother with it really, because if I don't get it first 2 time rounds, I can't be bothered to try a third time because I'm so lazy. I'm still lazy. Right. Here we go. So far, so good. All over them resource points. Don't forget, if you're new here, to please hit subscribe, and don't forget to punch the like button on this video. It does help. YouTube algorithms are a bitch, etc. Actually, remember to put on the DRS this time round. It might help if I actually hit the button. Actually clipping all the apexes this time. I'm 1 corner away from a perfect score. Will it happen? If I remember hitting this DRS right, which I do. Top score! I nailed that. I don't care what anyone says, I nailed that then. Didn't nail that entry though. Right, so we are done there. We are returning to garage, and now it is time to go on to the other part of the program. which is qualifying pace. Oh look, he put me right in front of what appears to be a Fort India. Go on Perez, move out the way son. Good lad. Can't believe I just called him good lad. Right. Well, that is not how you do that. There are many ways around that corner and that is not one of them. That is not a recommended line to take round there. Well, that was a lot of curb to take into the corner. Well, I'm losing a surprising amount of time coming out of it. So let's try and do better here. We could be in for a bit of a tough race here. We're usually quite competitive, so there's a genuine mystery. Where's our pace? We fly off the circuit. We're still only a tenth down. We're still a tenth down, so we're not doing too well round here. We need more. We need to find more, and we're just going to lose a ton of time now for whatever reason. So I don't think we're going to do it quite on this lap. I will try and push for it, but I think we're not going to do it. And in fact, it's quite clear we're not going to do it now because we've just lost even more time. Yeah, we're not going to do it this time round. So we'll give it one more go, and if we don't do it, well, we didn't do it. That's quite disappointing though. I would have thought that maybe we'd have more pace than that, and the car is understeering quite massively. Not quite getting the turning I want. Estimated grid position is 13. We've got no kind of competitive pace here at all. We're at a better first corner there. We're just losing a ton of time as we come out of the corner. I've no idea quite why that is. Oh! The car is not wanting to turn in at all there. Like, I've literally got my hand fully on the button, but it just doesn't turn in. Massive amounts of understeer going on. What's that about? I just cannot seem to get the turn in anywhere where I want it, and now the tyres are going off. So, looking unlikely now that we will get within the time. So it's not looking quite so positive for this race. Our pace just does not appear to be there. What are the tyres on? I think it's going to be very unlikely that we'll get within that time now, but I'll give it a shot. There's a yellow flag out, so I shouldn't be improving. Again, I'm just not getting the exit out of the corner. That's better around there, but even still, we're losing a bucket of time. We're still under half a temp, so it's possible we could do it now. We just got to try and nail the rest of this lap, and we're not doing that. Still over a tempo. Slower. Gone wide there, and no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. You just don't have the grip anymore. Well, that's a disappointing start. We're going to go to qualifying. And we're going to go on that bitter defeat there. I'm really not sure what happened to our pace there. But we struggled for that. And we're not even in the top 10 of practice. Right then, so we got very little in the way of resource points there. And we've also got a Grumpy Joe going into qualifying. Surely we must be able to salvage something out of that. Hopefully maybe it was just a bad session.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready.
We've got a lot of clouds in Bahrain, that's unusual.
Okay, you should be
It's not going to rain, is it?
Session easily. So try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
Let's fast forward a bit because I'm trusting it's not going to rain. Park friendly regulations. Yay, I made it this stream. Hello Justin, welcome along, thank you for joining. Don't forget to punch that like button. I'm literally sweating to death recording this. To practice, we did not have that much in the way of pace. So surely for qualifying we will have a little bit more. We are in a Ferrari, so we should be going a lot faster than what we're going. The first practice session really not going in our favour. It's going to be quite a tough season at this rate. We're going for the championship though, and he's going to be right in front of me. Yep. Rosberg, mate, if you would be so kind as to get the fuck out of my way, that would be appreciated. We've got Nico Rosberg in front of us. I need him out of the way. And how does our first sector time compare? We're a 10th up, that's good. That's where we want to be. Rosberg, get out the way! You're on an outlap! Yeah, I did get a contract offer from Ferrari. I'm trying to get by, but Rosberg is on an outlap, but he's not letting me go. In fact, he's refusing to get out of the way. And it's giving me the rage. Now does he pull over? But the damage has already been done. Luckily, this is Q1. Now he's going very slowly. But let's see how much time that has cost us in the second sector, because I can imagine we've lost not all that much actually, so we're still looking quite competitive. Despite what was quite a shaky practice session, we're now right up there with Red Bull here. So that's good news for now. Going through the last corner, where is this going to put us? Quite comfortably into Q2, I'd imagine. We're not quite as quick as Verstappen. We lost a little bit of time, but we've done what we need to get through this part of qualifying. So now we return to garage. No, not quit to main menu. And we go from there.
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session, so don't push too hard.
Well, I'm already in the next session. Oh, unless I drop to 17th within half a minute, I doubt that that's going to happen. I've gone down to third, and what am I looking at? I'm 100th off of Verstappen, so that's quite competitive, actually. Given, despite a bad practice session, we're still looking quite good. So we've kind of turned this around a little bit. Okay, now for Q2, I am going to do what I always do, and that is I'm going for the soft tyres on the second round. Again, all I need to do is just get into the top 10. It's cloudy, but it's Bahrain. There's no chance of rain whatsoever. I've never known it rain on this track under dynamic conditions. And as the sun is starting to go down, night is upon us. And what I need here is a lap that will get me into Q3, so kind of got to push for it, but I don't need to overdo it. I just need to get through. Teammate Vettel has currently got the fastest time. We've got a Ferrari 1-2 in Melbourne, as I recall. So right now, Vettel is my closest rival. Oh, way to miss the apex, Joe. Way to completely miss the apex. But I want to start on these tyres because I feel like this will be the best tyre to start the race on. So I'm hoping I can make it through on these. I'm actually running quicker than Vettel in the first sector. And I do believe that's quicker than I went in Q1 when I was on the super softs then. Oh, that's a huge mistake. That is a huge mistake. I don't know how much time that's going to cost me, but oh, again, I'm missing that line. But then I'm able to go tight there. So that's going to cost me about half a second to 7/10, I'd imagine. And unfortunately, that could be the difference. I'm not after going particularly fast in this session. I'm half a second off, so as I said, about half a second will be lost. Hopefully that should still keep me within the range to get into the top 10. That was pretty smooth out of there. We're going for the line now.
That's P4. Down to P4.
Oh, I'm going to go one better than that, Justin. That guy's getting a ban. I haven't been acknowledging comments like that because it's not worth it, but he is now getting a ban because this is the third time he has come up on one of my videos and done that, so... As they say, goodbye, Felicia. I don't know why they say goodbye to Felicia, though. Felicia's clearly getting around a bit. Right, let's not digress any further. We got into Q3 quite nicely. Not quite, yeah, within about... Look at that, the two Saubers in the top 10. I can't remember the last time they had that happen. Well, now we're into Q3 then, the final part of qualifying, and it's still cloudy. But no sign of rain. Alright then, let's do this. Let's make a charge for pole. Hiya mate. Hey Steve, what's up? Thank you for joining the stream, buddy. We are now making a go for pole here. This could be quite tough. Oh my gosh. That's not the worst I've gone through there. Could be better though. Right, Verstappen has done a 29.3. That was my first sector when I did my previous lap on the soft tyres, so let's try and beat that. Looking quite good at the moment. We're 4 temps up in the first sector. That is just where we want to be. And after practice where we struggled so much to get a decent time, this will be where we now try and go for pole. Princess Peach says hello. Hello, Princess. Thank you for joining the stream. Oh, that's wide out of there. That might cost us a bit of time. We were just able to save it there on the exit. We went a little wide, but we got away with it. That was a little tight round there. I could have done with maybe letting the car run out a little bit more. A lot of curb there, and we are still 2 tenths up, so we need to nail this last sector. We've got to nail it. Heading into the last corner now. Where are we going to be? Where is this going to put us? Verstappen's done a 31.9, which is supremely quick. What have we done?
That's P2.
I cannot believe how close that is. I cannot believe that. That is insanely close. We lost a couple of attempts in that last sector. I'm putting it down to that sloppy corner where we did the double left. That is ridiculously close.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top
But
three.
the Red Bull's just having the measure of me through that session. But I've managed to split the Red Bull, so it's interesting now to see what's going to happen during the race. We've got a 29-lap race in front of us, which Verstappen is starting from pole. So we have owned Vettel in that qualifying session. But again, like I said, it's all to do with the race. That's where all the points count. And we may have a slow beginning to this one because we are at a slight disadvantage of being on soft tyres while some of them around me are on super softs.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of
Actually, Verstappen is also starting on the soft, so he's going to be quite vulnerable at the beginning. It's lights out and away we go in Bahrain, and Verstappen has launched it off the line. We've really not got the getaway we wanted, and that is leaving us vulnerable to attack at all sides. We're going to try a bit of late braking here. We're up to second place. We've run... Where's Ricardo? Ricardo there just staying left. So Ricardo's now jumped me. It's a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment, and that is a disaster scenario for us. Ricardo is now up to second. We are down to third, but it's not worse than the start we had in Melbourne, that's for sure. The Red Bulls, though, are 1 and 2 at the moment. We are in P3. But like I said, our start in Melbourne was much worse than that. So we can live with that for now. Ricardo's gaining on Verstappen quite quickly, so this could become a little bit of a battle. Will I get a wheel soon? Yes, probably. My dog has a necklace. Cool. Right, the Red Bulls are now getting very close. I don't know if they're going to have a little battle at the beginning of next lap, so I'm just going to try and stay with them for now. I don't really want to risk throwing it off. Like, I'm going wide there in the dirty air. Shout out to Naveed Hassan, because he asked for one. Here we go, the Red Bulls are now having a look. Ricardo's gone up the inside of Verstappen. Verstappen's a little bit displaced there. And now I'm going to try and get in his slipstream and hurt him while I can. I've got the slipstream pulling out up the inside. This should be a move up the inside. Ricardo's also quite vulnerable. Verstappen's coming at me at the last minute. And, oh, this looks like it's going to end in tears. Where are they both? I have no idea. I'm staying right here. Oh my God, that was so close to contact with Ricardo. Doesn't happen. Verstappen's up my rear. I'm now going up the inside of Ricardo again. Late braking. Got the move done, but I've gone wide. Ricardo's gone back through. Verstappen still behind me, I think. And what an eventful first lap this is. Ricardo is now back in front. And, well, this is quite exciting, isn't it? So Ricardo leads, I'm in second, Verstappen is in third, and he does not want to let go of that just yet. so much action. I agree, man. It's only lap 2. This is looking set to be one hell of a race. Now on the back of Ricciardo. Getting in his dirty air a bit there. Need to settle down a bit. I don't want to crash it off. Where's the Mercs? Not as close to me as you'd think, mate. Not as close to me as you think. I think they're actually behind the McLarens at this point. I know the McLarens are looking quite good in this race. Right, now we're on the rear of Ricciardo. And we're on the back. We're going through up into the lead. 2 laps more action than a real F1 race. More action than we saw in the 2016 season, to be honest. We're now in the lead. Ricciardo's right there, though, and he's just waiting to punish me. But we have got into that lead, and are we going to keep it? No, Ricciardo's coming right back at me. He's basically pushing me along the straight. I don't like how close he is to me there. Just back off. Vettel's now moved up to 3rd. Oh, no, he hasn't. They're battling quite manically behind me. Oof. Car seems a bit tail happy through that section. Ricciardo's still having a little look at me, but we're not giving in that easily to him. And this is going to come down to strategy, this one. I'm trying to make a 2-stop work by doing soft, medium, medium. That's going to be a bit of a risk, but we'll see if it works. Ricciardo's still on my rear, so I'm not getting away from him quite as I'd want to. But I'm trying to just conserve these tyres a little bit, because I feel like the 2-stopper might be the way to go. Thanks for subbing, Paul. Right, Ricciardo, is he going to try a little DRS action here? He's a little far back, so I'll be surprised if he does go for it. We get another fastest lap. He's coming at me, but he's not coming at me that quick. Now, what I want to work out is what my tyre wear is like. Because if I have to put on lap 6, that is instantly my 2-stop strategy idea out the window. Thanks for subbing Naveed as well. And that's wide round there. That's going to allow Ricciardo through, is it? No. So it may be we still do a 3-stop race unless I can try and just go a little gentler on the tyres around some of these corners. We're on 36% at the beginning of this lap 4, so I'll have a look at what they're on next time round and make a call based on that. I'm hoping that I can just stretch this to lap 7 though, because I do believe I can do 2 medium stints of 11 laps. Ricciardo's still right with me, so he's not letting me go that easily. Now we're in the stage of the race now where things are just starting to settle down a bit after what was quite an action-packed first couple of laps. 43%. I reckon these will get to lap 7 then. I am going to chance it, and then I can do 2 11-lap runs on mediums and try and make a 2-stop work. A safety car would help as well. Yes, I am in the UK, and the AI is on Master, and Ricciardo's in the pits, and so is Vettel, so that's the first of what I presume will be the 3-stoppers into the pits. Lap 4, so that is definitely quite indicative of a 3-stop strategy. I'm attempting a 2. It all depends on how it all holds up. For now, it's not looking too bad. If I can get to lap 7, that will be sweet. Oh, going a little bit wide, so I'm starting to lose a little bit of grip on these tyres now. That's cool. Right now, I'm not really in a position where I immediately need to push. Am I on pad and what setup am I using? I'm just using the presets for setup, and yes, I am on pad, but I'm using the old PS1 controls because I never did master the analog stick, so I'm using the arrow keys and the X and square buttons for steering and power and brakes. What are we on now? 53%. Yeah, these will comfortably go to lap 7. So our strategy then, our strategy idea of doing a 2-stop is what we're targeting at the moment. That could all change though, depending on whether we get a safety car or not, and that's going to be a lock-up up there. We had a couple of laps of action, and now it's kind of settled down a bit. I'm pretty sure we'll see some action a little later though. Ooh, dipping it wide. Because I think the guys who have pitted for their first stops may undercut us, so we may have a little bit of racing to do when we come out of the pits for the first time. Someone says ciao. Ooh, a little bit of a slide out of there. The rear just getting a little bit tail happy out of that corner. Right now I feel like consistency is the key. Yeah, I just never mastered the analog sticks. I'll read your other comment when I pit, because I've gone past the long straight now. Right, so who's that that's just pitted? That would be Verstappen. So Perez is now up to second. Grosjean is now third. What a race finish that would be if it finished that way. That'd be quite awesome. Right, we're on 63% of tyres, so we're coming in this lap. We're going to take on a set of mediums. It's alright, I'm more than prepared for the fact there will be a couple of undercuts, but I feel like I might just have the pace to sort that out. Plus I'm trying a 2-stopper, and I think the people who undercut me may be trying a 3. It's all part of the fun, it's all part of the action. You just never know what's going on. And I feel like this has been quite a smooth run, to be honest. I can only race the Ultimate AI, and that gets bad when you're winning in a Williams.
We think there's a viable strategy change available.
Yeah, man. Oh, Jeff, do not get me started on your alternative strategies. I don't want it. I'm happy with the one I'm on. Just put some medium tyres on my car, please. So Perez and Grosjean will shoot past me. I suspect Hulkenberg will too. This pit lane's quite long. That's Kvyat. Sainz, who's Gutierrez. So none of the guys I was actually racing have really come anywhere near me. So, in fact, there's... Oh, that could have been bad there. Bottas really not giving me any leeway as I come out of the pits. And I thought that was going to be a repeat of Sainz and Stroll, I think it was. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was Stroll. Well, we get straight back past Bottas anyway. And up in 6th place. Quite tail happy out of that corner again. But we're out of the pits now. We're on fresh medium tyres, which will hopefully go 11 laps. And now we're starting to close on those who haven't pitted yet. Gutierrez being the first of them. And in fact, there is everybody else, and they are all stuck behind slower cars. Stroll in F1 2016. No, I was just referring to an incident that happened in the race in Bahrain this year, the IRL race, where one of them was coming out of the pits and they both battered into each other. So it was just a reference to the actual Bahrain Grand Prix, which happened a couple of months ago. Speaking of F1 news, Baku this weekend, obviously. Who is going to win Baku? But more importantly, call a championship winner, because we've actually got a decent championship fight this year between two champions. So it makes it quite tricky to call. I want to go and say Vettel's going to take it this year, but I'm sure everyone's got their alternative opinions on it. I want to hear what everyone thinks. Who's going to take the title this year? Personally, I think it's going to be Vettel. Yeah, Paul agrees with me on that it's going to be Sebastian Vettel.
Gap ahead is 0.5 seconds.
Come on, Gutierrez. Oh my god, the car got so tail happy out of there. I was really worried I was going to just lose control and go straight into Gutierrez there. That would have been nasty. So where am I right now? I'm catching Carlos Sainz. I'm miles ahead of my own pack here, and I don't know if these tyres will actually do the distance I'm hoping they'll do. I'm hoping they will. If not, it might mean 1 or 2 laps where I'm just taking it quite easily and just nursing it round. I'm definitely thinking 2-stop is the way to go here. Bottas is clearly going to win the title, though. Stranger things have happened.
The gap to the leader is 7.6 seconds.
Oh, that's so wide again. Danger Planet says hi, hello. It'll be funny to see Hamilton with car issues again. Oh god, then I will just get a major sense of deja vu there. Last year he had endless amounts of problems, it seems. Or should I say things he blamed on car problems. But to be fair to him, Malaysia wasn't his fault, but some of those starts are quite questionable. I don't know if that was all down to software or whether it was just all a bit of too much pressure for him, really. But I'm not one for racing drivers' excuses.
First place.
Right, how am I not catching Sainz? I'm also thinking, do I need to change my strategy here? Because it all depends on how these tyres are going, and they are going quite quick.
Conditions should remain dry. We will keep you informed of any
20%.
changes to the weather.
11 laps is touch or go, but they should do it. I've just set a fastest lap of the race. I really need to calm down. Right, Kvyat is now the race leader. Hamilton's just set the fastest lap of the race. So for those of you wondering where the Mercedes... Well, I said he set the fastest lap of the race. And then Hulkenberg does that. Bang, I'm going to make a quick pause to read some comments. Do I tell... At least you can say yes or no. Malaysia, the... Oh, no! How many... Did you do your stop? If how many have you got? I'm hoping to only do one more step. This year is the last Malaysian Grand Prix. RIP Sepang. I don't know why they got rid of a track like Sepang when they're still keeping tracks like Baku on the calendar that just do not suit F1 racing. I'm hoping to do only one more stop, but looking at how the tyres are going, it's going to be touch and go. Meanwhile, we're lining Daniel Kvyat up for a move. He's not giving me... Well, he's not being that easy to pass. He's really not making this easy on me at all. Oh, he's hit me! Daniel Kvyat just went right into me there. Oh my god. I'm just going to... That move was reckless! What? He had enough room to park a bus. Don't you dare blame that on me. Oh. I'm tempted to make the Vettel comment and go, somebody hit me up the fucking rear. Oh. I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be in the grand scheme of things, really. Oh, that woke me up just a little bit. Ricardo's on medium tyres, so I suspect now he's decided to go for a two-stopper. I pulled out a few seconds on him. I can't believe that. Well, that provided some excitement momentarily. I was very nearly wiped out of the race. I think that's actually him in the pits now, so... Science is sticking to me like glue here. I just wonder if his pit stop is coming up from the way he's sticking to me. I'm trying to ease off a bit now and just try and gently look after these tyres. Paul's just given me the full Vettel quote in the chat. That's brilliant. Alright, 33%. Let's try and keep it as gentle as we can on the tyres. Racing or ping pong. Well, it definitely almost felt like ping pong the way he almost had me off there. Not gonna lie, I actually let out a little piece of poo when that happened. GP2 engine. No, we're not in a McLaren Honda. Which this year I've got to say is a bit of a joke, if you ask me. I feel really bad for Alonso though, because he was knocking on the door of a couple of points in Canada, and then once again, quite predictably, the Honda engine let him down. Go to tyres to 60%. Now I can take him further than that. Well, I don't really want to make an extra pit stop if what I think is correct and the guys behind me are now two-stopping. Otherwise I'm going to lose a hell of a lot of time. It all depends on when their stops are. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that for now and just try and be a bit more... just ease into it a bit more. Well, I'm not really in need to push too hard. I've got 4.5 seconds of gap on me. Alonso has the patience of a saint this season, it has to be said. Like, when you're driving a car that you know is that bad, and yet you're still able to just take it with a pinch of salt. Fair play to the guy.
3 seconds.
So Ricardo's just starting to catch us a little bit now, but we're just taking it easy at the moment. We're just cruising up here, just trying not to take it too hard on the tyres. So it's all a bit calm at the moment. The engineer in this game sounds like a robot. Does a bit. What to do in career mode? Force India, McLaren or Toro Rosso? I'd go Toro Rosso personally. But I nearly did take the championship in a McLaren last season. It all came down to the last few races, and that was a lot of excitement. That live stream is still available to watch, so if anyone wants to see that, that was quite a good watch. I came very close to doing it. In the end, we just didn't have the car. Teammates in the pits. Okay, so this will tell whether they are 2 or 3 stopping. I'm going to have a look at the race director in a sec and just see what tyres they went for. And then it'll give me an indication for what to do. So if I could switch it to a 3 stop, I would just gun it, like literally gun it. Let's have a look at the race director. What tyres have they gone for? There, where is Ricardo? There he is. He's gone on the soft, so I doubt that is a 2 stop. So I'm going to switch my strategy up here and go for a 3 stop. And I'm going to target pitting on lap 17. Do a 7 lap stint. And maybe go for super stops right at the end. It's a risk, but if I can make it work. The only issue is Verstappen though. So I'm thinking switch into a 3 stop here. And then just gunning it. It's going to be a challenge to catch Verstappen. Let's have a look at the tyres though, 53%. I feel I could still pull off a 2 stop just, but it's quite risky.
7.0 seconds.
What do you reckon, guys? 2 stop or 3 stop? Do I keep my current strategy and just go a bit, keep being gentle on the tyres? Or do I just gun it and try and beat the 2 stoppers that way? And Justin's got the 100th comment, I think. So everyone's saying 2 stop, so stick to the strategy I'm doing then. Okay. Cool, copy that. I'm going to stick to this strategy that I'm currently on and just go a little bit easier. Right now I'm trying to cruise it round really. I don't really feel the need to throw it into the corners. I feel like there could still be a safety car in this race. Track position is important. Go a lap longer now. Yeah, I'm going to go to lap 18 as I previously stated and do 2 11 lap runs on these tyres. So I've got 2 more laps on these, 60%, so I'm going to have to try and take it easy and just coax it round. But I've still got 7 seconds on Verstappen, so I feel like that's my nearest rival in this race. Ricardo went on to the soft, so I doubt he's going to the end from there. I'll be surprised if he is, because they won't go 15 laps around here. Stream viewer's still better than Jeff. Indeed, brother, indeed. If the safety car comes out, box straight away. I will do. If the safety car comes out, I'm boxing and taking on mediums anyway at this point. Because they'll do 12 laps, including 2 safety car laps. Or 3 safety car laps, or however long the safety car is out for. There's a lot of cars in the pits. Oh, Karma is a bitch. Kvyat has got a problem with his car. He nearly takes me out and now he's got car problems. Karma is a bitch. Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. I'm feeling that at the moment. I am feeling that. I do often say that whenever Jeff comes on the radio and tells me useless information. I do just say to myself, yes, I know what I'm doing. I'm a league racer, so I know on strats on 50% races. Cool, man. I feel like I've nailed this one. I just need to get this around one more lap. 66%, so I could probably afford to go a little bit harder on this lap. It's hammer time.
The gap to teammate is 35.7 seconds.
The gap to my teammate is 35 seconds, so that was probably feeling a bit out of it today. Yeah, I am going to go a bit more aggressive on this lap pull at Danger Planet even. Oh, I'm getting mixed up with everyone's names now. I don't normally get this many commenters in the stream. This is amazing. Now Rich Mix. I don't feel the need to be honest. I'm fairly confident with where I am. Okay, push now, box plan A. Yes, Jeff, I know there's an alternative strategy for me. I'm coming in this lap. Yeah, do that. Oh my god. See what I mean? I do the whole leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. I'm 6.5 ahead of Verstappen. It's great to hear all your comments, guys. Please keep them coming in. It's keeping me entertained during this race. Right, here we go. Into the pits. I will just go. I think I'm going to hit the shut up Jeff button when I come out the pits, because I don't need him telling me what to do for 11 laps. Right, where's Hulkenberg? Is that Ricciardo coming out just behind me there? That is Ricciardo, so I've still jumped Ricciardo, which is good. Information from Harrianto, he's got a shit car, so he's going to be slow. That's not always stuff I need to know. Box, 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 yep. Right. Shut up, Jeff. I don't know why he says feels the need to say understood, copy that. I've just told him to shut up and then he's talking to me. I feel like Alonso here. I want no more radio for the whole race. At this point, I do not want any more radio. I just want to get to the end. And Ricciardo is behind me. I do feel like he might just make a little attempt to get past. I'm not really concerned with him. My race isn't with him. My race is with Verstappen. So if Ricciardo does pit again, which I think he will, and he'll be on lap 22 or 23, he's going to try and go for the super softs, I reckon. And just make a little stint for the end. So if he does come past me, I'm not entirely bothered. Not going to make it easy for him, though. So we're going to see a little bit of on-track action here. Either way, Ricciardo has got to get past me to help his strategy out, and I'm not going to make that overly easy for him. Here he goes. Look, he's coming up my inside. If he even goes for it, which he doesn't. So I'm just going to hold my line, hit the curb. Now this is where he may make an attempt. Here we go, he's going up my inside. I've given him space, as you can see, but I'm just holding it out around the outside. He has room, he's not elected to use it, the space was given. I feel like I did everything that I was obliged to do there. Jeff, I thought I told you to shut up, and yet you're telling me information on Kvyat again. I thought I told you to shut up. Oh. Hang on, I'm going to pause again in a second, read some comments. Box. Ha ha ha. Alonso, you're not giving me use. Copy that, me. Why did you say that, Jeff? If Alonso goes to Mercedes, I think F1 will be 200% better. On-track action, not comment action. Oh, hello. Right, here we go then. I've read the comments, now we're back to the race. And Ricciardo is still on me. He is on me like a rash. He's going to make another go up the inside here. He's got space, and I've actually gone quite wide there. But he's not using the space. If anything, he's just run me out of road there. Right, we're going to get him back here, though. He's going into the pit wall. What is he doing? But we're staying left here. He brakes very early. How early did he want to brake? Oh yeah, there's just an imaginary 400-meter board that he elected to brake at. Right, he's now coming back up my inside. But again, he's just sort of backed up. He's gone for it at the last minute there, though. What is he doing? So Ricciardo, despite backing out of the move, then decides, you know what, I'm actually going to go for it. And it didn't really work for him there. Ricciardo is going to go for a move. Yeah, pretty clear he is. Hang on, I'll read the other comment when I get onto the straight. Me. Jeff, shut the fuck up, Jeff. No. I think that is pretty much the equivalent to Jeff going no, just informing me about Kvyat. Oh, that's wide out of there. Not really too much of a problem though. Provided I don't get too caught up racing Ricciardo, which is I don't think I need to do. I think it's safe to say that this is mine in the this race is in the bag. He's getting closer though, and I think he's going to have another look up the inside of the first corner. But he's gone a little bit wide there, so let's have a look behind me here. He's going to go for it because I know he's going to have the DRS. He's getting ever closer. He's taking the dive. Staying left again. He's braked a little bit later, but I'm holding him out around the outside, and again he just doesn't have an answer for that particular move. Now here we go again. This is like Hamilton and Rosberg, Bahrain 2014. Who remembers that one? He had a look there, but he didn't quite make it work. So Ricciardo still in P2 at the moment. Verstappen in P3 on softs. So Verstappen may be a little bit of a threat near the end of the race, as he is elected to go onto the soft tyres. But I think Ricciardo isn't staying out for too much longer. I think he's going to be pitting soon. I think my main threat in this race is Verstappen. Ricciardo is on like on a Sunday drive. Probably. Verstappen is actually catching us both at a rate of knots now. So we could have a bit of a battle towards the end of the race here, with Verstappen on the faster tyre. And is Ricciardo going for it? Yes, he is. But again, I've held... okay, so he's sticking with it here. But, oh. I think I ran him out of road a little bit there. And now he's going up the inside again. But again, he backs out. And then goes for it at the last minute. And then backs out again. So I'm not quite sure even Ricciardo knows what he's doing there. But we're still in the lead. Just sort of clinging hold of the lead with some defensive driving. We've got a couple of laps. We've got several laps still to do. It's lap 23 of 29. We're just about holding the lead here. But Ricciardo is not letting this one go easy. And of course, he's obviously got a pit again. So This isn't helping his strategy. He needed to get through faster. He did not get through. Now the key thing is, when did Verstappen pit? Because I'm pretty sure he could go to the end. Ricciardo, I'm pretty sure won't. So Ricciardo has to box within the next 3 laps, or he's staying out. If he's staying out, he's going to end up with a puncture, surely. Right, moving up to Rich Mix now to get some more speed on the straight. Ricciardo dives into the pits then. So now we're going to turn on Rich Mix. Verstappen is charging. Verstappen is now within 4 seconds of the lead. So our defence is not over by any stretch of the imagination. And for some reason, Verstappen is not showing on the map. Vettel's pitted again. And I thought he was one of the 2 stoppers even, because he... I'm not quite sure what Vettel's doing anymore. I think he's just given up. So the main threat right now is that of Max Verstappen. And we're kind of having to look after our tyres just a little bit more than he is. I just wonder, what is Verstappen doing? So far, he's done soft, medium, soft. Which is fairly similar to what... Verstappen will probably be staying out. 3.7 seconds is the gap. Vettel radio, I'm out. He probably wishes he was at this point. 38%, so we're looking good to get these to the end. Where is Verstappen? 3.3 seconds is the gap. So he is going to be battling us by the end of the race. So we might see a last couple of lap charge from the young Dutchman there. Sergio Perez currently holding on to 3rd, by the way. Having a brilliant afternoon here. We're coming under a bit of attack though, and we kind of... I would get a move on, but I don't want to ruin these tyres. This is the downside of a 2-stop strategy, is that you've just got to be that little bit more conservative with your tyres. And Verstappen, who's also mirrored my strategy, is on the faster tyres, and he's already used these tyres, so he can take a bit of a risk. We've made a mistake, and that's going to bring him that much closer. The fact that I can't see him on the map because he's not registering on the map, it doesn't help. I'm completely just having to rely on my mirrors to tell me where he is. And the gap is now 2.4 seconds. What Justin says, my internet's died, what have I missed? Nothing, mate, I'm in the lead. Verstappen 2nd, Ricciardo's free stopping, so he's out of the action. And Verstappen is catching me at a rate of knots. The gap is now 2.2 seconds, so he's catching me at around a second a lap. So within the next couple of laps, I will be fending off Max Verstappen for the win of this race. So we're probably going to get a bit more action by the end. Ricciardo's just done a 33.4. Just put all of our fastest lap times in perspective there and just gone, hey, guess what? Your times are shit. In the meantime, I'm trying to protect my tyres. Verstappen's driving flat out and Vettel's just done that. Where has that come from, Sebastian? You've really had little to no pace most of the race, and now you've suddenly banged that one out. Like, where has that been? So I've no doubt that Ricciardo's probably going to charge for Perez for P3. We're going to be trying to hold off Verstappen for the lead. So we will have a battle very, very soon. What is the gap? It's 1.8 seconds, so Verstappen still coming at us quite quickly. I've gone on to rich mix for more speed, and this is it then. This is the battle for the end of the race now, because he's got the better tyre. We need you to pick up the pace to win this race. That's an instruction. Understood, mate, understood. It's a danger planet, understood there. I'm giving it what I can. I went a few tenths quicker that lap, so Verstappen not quite as fast catching me that lap, but I feel like he will be in the DRS for the next lap, so it's going to be down to the last couple of laps between me and Verstappen for the win of this race. I started the season with a win, don't forget. This would be my second win in a row if I could just take this, and that would get my championship off to the best start possible. Listen, I'm quite comfortable with where I am now. To be fair, I am relatively comfortable. I'm a little bit worried about Verstappen behind me, but I'm in the mindset where I think I got this. I think I've got this. I think I've got the measure of him. It's 1.4 seconds, so it's kind of neutralised a bit on this lap. So another couple of decent laps and he won't get to me. It all depends on where he is by the end of this straight. I've kind of attacked that corner a bit more than I wanted to. But even with 14% wear, that'll take me up to 71%, which means the tyres are fine. So Verstappen not quite within DRS range there. That was a bit wide. So if there's any point I'm going to be vulnerable, then it's probably going to be the last lap. So it's all coming down to that. It's all down to the last lap here. These are it's quite tense times, but I'm pretty sure I can handle him. So it is going to be the last DRS stretch on the next couple of laps where Verstappen may have me. Okay. So Verstappen is within 8 tenths. That means he is within the DRS range. It's all coming down to this then. The last lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And Max Verstappen, is he going to have a go? Is he going to go for it? If he's going to do it, it's now or never for him. He doesn't appear to be that close. He's going to make a dive bomb, no doubt about it. But I feel like, again, I've got the right place to take the right line. He's not quite close enough. The one place I feel he may be able to just challenge me is here, but again, he just does not appear to be that. Oh, he's right there now. So he's going to go for the lunge, and he's backed out. So he went for it, and then he backed out. So that's me ahead there then. So the only other place that I really feel vulnerable now will be that last DRS point. But I feel like, unless we royally fuck up, we have got this one in the bag. Just a matter of now just taking it carefully through this last lap. He did look like having... Is he going to have a look here? I'm going to go defensive. I'm going to take a defensive approach to this corner because he is having a look round the outside. He's still there. He is still there. No, he's backed out. He has backed out. He was having a little look there. Verstappen backing out. This is a close last lap now. And he's still right there. I'm going to take a defensive line. I'm going to move over here and take the defensive line. It's all come down to this. He's having a go at the last corner. But I've got the inside line, there's contact! I raised the hand of rage, and we're still in the lead on the last corner, and we take the checkered flag. What a finish! So some very defensive driving there. Kept us in the lead. I didn't really push him wide. I was on the inside and he was still trying to navigate his way around there.
You can tell they've done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top three then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Our current points leader extends their lead at the top of the championship after a very good result here today. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Sergio Perez. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari.
So, after all that then, we took the win in what was quite a hectic race, sweating it out there. And the last couple of laps definitely providing us with some quite intense action, but we managed to take it. So Verstappen got second, Perez got third, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Button and Alonso, McLaren 6th and 7th. I feel like McLaren would have a party all night if they got that this season. Grosjean got 8th, Vettel 9th and Hamilton 10th, which means the lead in the championship is, well, quite extensive actually. I didn't know it was that extensive, with Jenson Button second in the standings. Wow, I think McLaren would have a field day if they had that. We've got Vettel third, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Alonso, Perez. Ricciardo's had a disappointing start, and as said, as Danger Planet said, Mercedes are nowhere. Thanks to all the people that said well done in the comments. Constructors' Championship, again, Ferrari and McLaren first and second. So, that's a bit of a strange order. Thank you everyone so much for watching this instalment of Career Mode. And until the next time, it is goodbye from me. Cheerio, guys.